So welcome everybody. Thank you guys so much for spending another Saturday with us. We have a couple of new people that are here today. Sarah is actually a newbie to our class, but not a newbie to Filipino food because she actually went to the Philippines with us last year. And so she got to try a lot of Filipino dishes, and whenever we cook here, we try to bring it over. And Sarah's actually our neighbor, so we can see her right outside our window.
Pretty.
We kind of creep on her sometimes, see what they're doing. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming and showing up again for another edition of this. This has been really fun. My name's Christine, and this is Joe. And welcome to Virtual Cooking with the Lubongs. Dun, dun, dun. So let's get started, and I will pull up the ingredient list, and then we'll kind of go over everything that we need, and then we'll begin prepping. So let's make sure, is anybody on this call doing anything other than shrimp? Wait, hang on, let me see. I can't see you guys.
I'm doing pork.
You're doing pork? Okay.
I'm doing shrimp and salmon.
Shrimp and salmon, okay.
I'm doing
salmon and shrimp.
salmon too.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect.
That sounds good.
So shrimp and salmon is going to be done the same way or cooked at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then pork is going to take a little bit longer. So, chef, what do you recommend for them to do?
If you are using pork, you could get that stewing now.
I pre-cooked mine.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So let's go over the ingredients list here. So these are this is traditional sinigang, but you can modify. I know some people don't like certain vegetables, so you don't have to have that in there. It won't affect the taste too much. So really, will absorb the soup, and it'll taste more like what the soup is. But you will want to have, for sure, onions, tomatoes. Okay. There they are. And the Knorr packet, or the sinigang packet. It looks like this. It might say tamarind soup mix. It might say sinigang na sampalok. Sampalok is tamarind. But it looks like this. And the brand is Knorr, but you can use whatever brand it comes with. But it'll typically say sinigang.
Okay.
So let's go over the ingredient list. Okay, you want to go over that with them here?
Yep, we have our shrimp. We have a packet of seasoning. We have our long beans. I've already washed them, so they're the long beans, the eggplant, the daikon radish, the tomato. I have two tomatoes because these are pretty small. And I'm using 3 or 2 jalapeno peppers. Let's see. And let me get some ground pepper. And our fish sauce. Boom. So if you haven't already, over on the side, I'm warming up I'm using the Instant Pot as a pot, but not as a pressure cooker. And in here, I've got 6 cups of water. I like my sinigang a little sour. So the packet calls for 8, but I'm gonna do 6. If it's too sour for you, you can add more water. I've already got it boiling, so if you guys get a chance to do that now. Cool. First off, all our vegetables should be washed. First. And
I'm sorry. Let me just stop this. Yep, there you go.
are you recording?
I am, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Now we cut up we prepare our vegetables starting with the onion. So we're gonna quarter our onion. Let's see how everyone's doing.
Mhm. Okay,
Annie,
good,
you don't
looking
have
good.
any helper? Where is your
My sous chef
chef?
is gone.
Aw.
And then we're gonna move on to the tomatoes. We're gonna quarter the tomatoes. Let's see if everyone good.
Yeah,
So good. So far, so good.
so far so good.
Then I'm gonna peel my daikon.
Hey, Christine, can I send Jeremy over to grab some fish sauce?
Yeah.
Just tell him to open it.
Just tell him to open the window and we'll
Open
throw
it,
it in
I'll
there.
throw
No,
it
I'm
out.
kidding. Yeah, I'll bring it over actually.
He's right there.
Oh, he's right there. Okay. Yes.
Here you go.
Welcome, committee.
You could be on 2 screens.
You can be on 2 screens.
Ready?
Wow. How did you do that, Jeremy?
I'm a time traveler.
Okay, see ya.
You said you quartered your onions, right?
Order the onions? Yeah.
Yeah, so they look like this. And we have 2 smaller tomatoes, but I think on the ingredients list we said 1 medium tomato. But just quarter your medium tomato. This is all for the flavoring the broth, so you don't need to chop it up or anything.
So this doesn't have to be specific, but I'm gonna go 1/4 inch on the slices for the daikon. Oh, 1/2 inch. Sorry. So like that.
And you already have your water boiling?
Yeah, my water's already boiling. That's the first thing that you should get going is get it to like a rolling boil, not like a hard boil, but like just something, just so.
Medium.
And is it just
Like
water
you-
or is there something else in it?
Just water for now. We're gonna prep our veg.
Sorry. And how much water?
If you like it a little sour, you could do 6. You can always add more water.
6 cups.
6 cups, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my eggplant.
In Tagalog, it's talong. That's the eggplant.
Same way, but I'm doing about 1/2 inch.
Does anybody have other vegetables other than what's on the ingredient list? Did anybody add additional vegetables?
Then I'm using mustard.
Mustard green?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
good for seafood.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. Oh, that's our rice cooker. Oh, we should tell them they're cooking rice.
We're gonna cook rice with them. Or no? We'll show them how to cook rice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So you can also add. I've had sinigang with bok choy. Any leafy vegetables is good as well.
So, and then if you have the long beans
Or green beans.
or green beans, we got the Manila. I don't know what they call these, like long beans or Manila beans.
Mm-hmm.
Called a lot of different things. But I washed them and we're gonna cut them into 3-inch pieces, getting rid of the tips. I get rid of the tips because they get chewy. You can also do this.
Oh yeah, you can also put a bunch of them together. So, chef, do you have any secrets to prepping vegetables faster?
Practice.
Okay.
Should really.
Oh, where's Jenny? Jenny's not on this call.
No.
Jenny.
Okay, I have a question. So I thought I had fish sauce, but I don't.
You don't have fish sauce?
No. Will this stuff work? Where is it?
Oh, it's like Maggie's.
Yeah.
No. Salt.
Salt will work.
Salt will work.
Salt? Okay.
Let's go Sally for fish sauce real quick.
I know. Margaret, you know who would have fish sauce near you is Sally.
What is that?
You can pick up some fish sauce from Sally, I bet.
Oh yeah. I have three bottles of oyster sauce.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oops.
All good. You know what's really good with oyster sauce? Are these like this? It's just like stir fried with oyster sauce. It's so good.
The kangkong, if you
Yeah,
guys were
the
able
Chinese
to get
spinach.
some Chinese spinach.
When we were in Thailand, that's all they had was like that, like sautéed vegetable, sautéed in like oyster sauce and like over rice and the egg. It's so good.
Yeah. It's really
So
simple.
right there, and then our okra. I like to just cut the tips of the okra if anyone's doing okra. And so it looks just like that. Yeah. Or you should let them know what you're doing.
Well, no, once you're done with that, then you.
Maybe after this we can put the tomatoes and onions into the stock.
Mhm.
So Joe, what does your secretary doing?
She's
Who?
my secretary.
Me?
Yes.
Excuse
Your
me?
your secretary.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa,
inappropriate.
whoa, inappropriate. Keep it sweet. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, now we're cooking. Woo.
Well, because you
Well, I don't
guys
know
are
what you're
so
Okay.
serious.
I know. Sorry. Well, because there's a lot of prepping involved in this, and I just want to make sure that we are we're in time to show you, but we'll definitely wait for you guys. So I've moved on to the kangkong or the Chinese spinach, and I'm just separating the leaves from the stem and then putting them in two separate piles. We're going to use both, right?
Yeah.
We're going to use both parts. But this just takes a little bit longer. This is really the longest part of everything.
How did you do the eggplant again? Did you just slice it? I missed it.
Yeah.
Just went like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like they're about half-inch discs.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, you take. How will do it? We'll go find it and,
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
get it going, girl.
Yeah. So while we're prepping our vegetables, we're looking up some history on sinigang and kind of where it came from and how it evolved and things like that. We actually found out that this is traditionally a Filipino dish. So unlike adobo, like for those that joined us for the adobo history class, adobo has a lot of Spanish influence, and it was named by the Spanish when the Philippines was colonized. But sinigang actually was around before the Spaniards came and colonized the Philippines, and they didn't have an influence. So like you can see in some of our other foods, like we have menudo, we have adobo. It has like Spanish influences in it as far as like names and some of the ingredients that go into it, but sinigang doesn't. So sinigang was around, nobody actually really knows how long it's been around and how long it's been made, but there's been a ton of variation since then. And so some people make it with pork, like some people here are making it. Some people make it with fish, like my mom. It's been made with beef. It's been made with chicken, although I don't see it made with chicken very often. Or you can just not make it with any protein at all. So it used to be something that was a special occasion dish. So if you had pork or beef or some sort of protein, or you would make it for like a birthday party as a special occasion. But a lot of the times they just make it with vegetables and things that are around. So sinigang is, it was really interesting to read that sinigang, because it's like a sour, savory flavor, it's actually a refreshing dish for people who are in the Philippines, because in such a tropical climate, it almost doesn't make sense to have hot dishes, right? But with sinigang, the sour flavor to it is refreshing in a climate like a tropical climate like the Philippines, because it actually causes people to sweat, and that helps cool your body down. And so So that's why sinigang has kind of persevered through all these years, especially in a tropical the Philippines. And there are other dishes in regions around, in other countries that are nearby the Philippines that have influence, that have some sinigang influence. So a lot of the times people will mistake this for the Malaysian dish sinigang. It's also a sour soup, but it tastes very different. It's not tamarind based from what I gather. There's also a can chua, which is a Vietnamese sour sour soup. There's tom yum, which is from Thailand.
I feel like they all kind of just like influence each other.
They all kind of
There was
influence
really,
each other.
like,
It's
no
true.
one. They're like, okay, what do you guys have over there? It's like
Right.
this-
And so it was all because everybody's trading, right, in that area. And so they were sharing ingredients, but also they were kind of working with what they had in the region. So sampalok, which is tamarind, which is what this soup is based off of, is what was abundant there. But it has been a lot of fruits like I want to say star fruit or calamansi, things like that have been used in the past to sour up the soup as well. So just a little bit of history as far as how sinigang has evolved. And I've seen in modern Filipino dishes that people are using like watermelon to kind of add a little bit of sweetness to it too. I haven't had that yet, but that sounds really good. Might be something that you could, try in the future once you get this basic recipe down. That's something that you can start adding different things to it.
Okay, so once everyone's here,
So how are we doing with prepping? Hi, Esther. We're just prepping our vegetables right now. So if you want to go ahead and begin prepping, and then if you have questions along the way, you just feel free to just let us know. So we've basically, just to recap, we've washed all of our vegetables. We've quartered our onions. We've quartered our tomatoes. We've cut our radish and our eggplant in about 1/2-inch discs. The radish you want to peel, but the eggplant you don't.
no, we're gonna go ahead and put our tomato and our onion.
You guys need water.
We're gonna put our tomato and our onion in our water.
So we have our water that's boiling. We want to put our tomatoes and our onions in right now.
Joe, are
And
you
then bring
using
that up.
the root?
What are taro root, Mom?
No,
Ginger root.
Oh,
no.
No,
Okay.
we're not, but you can.
Yeah.
But you can. Joe has made sinigang with ginger before. I personally am not a big fan of ginger or that strong ginger flavor
You could
in my
put it-
sinigang.
Yeah.
So, but he does. So sometimes he'll make it with ginger, and it's also good. If you like the flavor of ginger, you can add it as well, and if you have some, you can.
So we're gonna come back to the kangkong stems, and we're gonna clean them up. Clean up the root. Take the root, take that hard part of the root off. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these into
Let me see this.
let's say a little bit shorter than the green beans, so like 2 inches.
2.5, 3, 2.
Yeah, like that.
2 to 2.5 inches.
And you could do this like fast if you take all the stalks from the
Cutting hack. Okay, let me type in really quick what we've done so far. So in the chat box, I'm just going to type in what we've done so far. So if you guys want to reference that, you can. Oh, yes. Also, traditionally, this is made with rice, or I'm sorry, it's prepared with rice, meaning that you eat it with rice. Rice in the Philippines is a staple, as you probably know. A lot of the cooking classes that we've made, like the kare-kare, if you were part of that class, the adobo, it's always with rice, because rice is our starch, in our culture. So Um, so what we've done so far is we've vegetables. We've done quartered tomatoes. And half-inch pieces. Then we've also cut our long beans, 3-inch pieces. Cut the tips off our okra.
Be good. Like all our vegetables should be already prepped.
Great king Kong stem from leaves. Stems. And you're going to leave your peppers whole.
Unless you want the spicy, you can cut them. Or unless you're not, if you're using.
Unless you want your dish. I would recommend leaving them whole first, and you can always cut into them later, depending on what you want to do or what kind of peppers you have too. You just want to be safe.
Some peppers aren't as spicy as others. These are, I'm not sure about these. These are jalapenos, and they might be really spicy. Aren't.
Are those jalapenos? Yeah, jalapenos are kind of hit or miss.
It's hit or miss.
In the water that you're boiling, is it just the water and the sinigang packet and the onions and tomatoes right now?
So, did you put the sinigang packet in there?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
I was asking for a friend.
Oh, yeah, asking for a friend, not for me. So yeah, you can definitely add your soup mix. You can, so it's just water, your onions, your tomato, and your soup mix right now. And just put it on low to medium heat.
This is our base.
And this is our base.
Okay.
So the beauty of stews, right, is that it always gets more flavorful and better over time. So throw it in there and let's have it cook. And so just to recap, we have 6 to 8 quarts of water in a pot.
We're gonna boil this for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, you can go ahead and if you're cooking rice, you can go ahead and get that started.
Yes.
You should be done by the time we're done with this sinigang.
Yes. Is anybody, does anybody need help cooking rice on the stove top?
Yeah, remind us again what the ratios are.
Yeah. So with rice, it's 1 to 1.5.
How many? It depends on how many cups.
So how many cups are you cooking? So you could do like 2 cups, 2 cups.
2.5.
So do 2.5 cups of water. So
And then like rinse your rice 2 or 3 times.
okay, let me spotlight our video. So. I know. Does anybody have any questions about the history or about Sinigang or about the Philippines?
When are we going back?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Let's
Tickets
go
are
back.
cheap.
Let's go back next year. I think 2020 is kind of shot. I don't.
We can go for New Year's.
Let's go for New Year's. We should do a. We should all go for New Year's to the Philippines and all take like a cooking class from like my aunt or something.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Take me
Come on.
with you. Take me with you.
Go.
I want to go.
Whenever we go on these trips, they're always open invite. So as long as you are willing to travel like us, and you can ask
You should tell her the
Sarah.
last time
You-
we went cliff diving.
Yeah, we went cliff diving last time we went, and
I'm in.
waterfall
So fun.
jumping. I don't know. It was like canyoneering. It was
Canyoneering.
so much fun.
5 people on one moped.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's very, there are
I'm
no
in.
safety concerns over there.
We stayed at a cottage for like we stayed on a like at a beach for like a week.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
And they let me rent a scooter for $10 a day, and I've never ridden a scooter before.
And she almost
I almost fell off the mountain. I don't know if I told my mom that yet, but
she almost rode it off the side of a cliff.
I almost rode it off the side of a cliff because I accelerated instead of braking. Anyway, fun stuff like that happens.
That was fun.
But if you come with us, we should probably make like a disclaimer, like if you die or get injured, like we're not.
No, just
responsible.
get traveler's insurance. So that,
Yeah. So like I was telling Sarah, we don't really vacation. So some people think of vacationing as like laying on the beach or hanging out or relaxing with drinks. Like we don't do that. We kind of adventure.
we're on the
And
go
so we're on the
entire
go
time.
the entire time. So we get really tired after our trip. So, but if you guys are down, we are always welcoming. We always welcome people to join us. Yeah.
Let's see.
You could almost die, but it's fine. We're here. Look at us. We're good. All right. So Margaret, how you doing with the rice? Oh, okay, good, cool. And so then, yeah. So just when you get it boiling, you just cover it and then let it kind of sit on like a low heat
like
for
a very low simmer for like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you just turn it off and let the residual heat carry the cook.
Okay.
So you're not doing anything with the jalapenos, like not even cutting the tops off?
Yeah, just leave them.
Yeah, you could this little thing, you could take that off. Like that. But I wouldn't go any deeper because I don't know if these are spicy or not. I mean, unless you like your food spicy, but it's
better to be safe than sorry.
safe because you can't undo it.
Yeah. We can always make it spicier. We can always make it less sour.
Spicy.
You just don't want to.
Cool. Where are we at with this?
All right, let me show you what is happening here with this camera.
Does it matter that my Sinigang mix said 10 cups of water for the packet?
Oh yeah, that's okay because you can always add water.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll taste it, and then if it's too sour, then you can always add water, and then
we could do that
at the end and keep it cooking. You know what I mean?
We like ours a little sour.
We like it a little sour, Sarah.
Okay. Our tomatoes are a little soft. Our onions looking good.
What are we looking for when we know it's kind of ready?
The tomato, if it's peeling off the skin, it's,
Like the tomato's getting a little wrinkly.
yeah, the onions softened up. This broth should be flavored with tomato and onion.
Okay. At
Okay.
this point, can you try the broth or?
Yeah, you can try it.
You can,
Yes, try it.
yeah. So at this point, you're going to want to look for a little bit, or your tomatoes to wrinkle up a little bit, the tomato skin to wrinkle up, and then your onions to soften. And then you can taste it.
Taste it, and then at this
Um,
point, you can add your fish sauce. So I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons.
So now we're adding fish sauce. And this is kind of our salt. So if you don't have fish sauce,
You can put salt.
you can put salt. Is it the same ratio?
Just taste it.
Yeah, so salt to taste.
Because salt's, yeah, you put 2 tablespoons of salt.
Or fish sauce to taste. Esther, you doing okay?
So in the soup pot, we only have the tamarind base and tomatoes and onions. I wasn't sure if I could add the daikon in yet. Okay, perfect.
Not yet. Yep, you're good.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Are we good? I'm going to throw the shrimp in.
All right. So, and if they have pork, they do that as well?
Yeah, if you have pork, you put that in, you throw that in.
Okay, we're putting our protein in.
Protein in.
Ooh, smells good.
How big should I cut my salmon?
What does your salmon look like now?
Are you using fillets or are you using steaks?
Oh yeah, I would do like, I don't know, 2-inch pieces.
Yeah, like 2-inch pieces.
I would do 2-inch.
And then it has like skin on it. Should I keep the skin on?
Keep it on.
Yeah, keep the skin on.
Good
It'll
flavor.
add.
Okay, so 2-inch you said?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like, yeah, you're welcome. Mom, are you done with your sinigang?
Yes, I
Oh,
did mine
okay.
a little bit different. I sauteed mine. I sauteed it with garlic, onion, ginger root, only because it's fish. And then I did the shrimp first, took them out, and then I put my salmon. And once it's cooked, I set it aside. So now I'm just boiling the broth, and then I'll put it all together with my vegetable later.
Perfect.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're gonna throw in the daikon and the eggplant now. We're gonna get. It should look like it's coming back up to a rolling simmer.
A simmer.
A simmer. Once we get to that point, we're gonna put this.
So wait for your soup to simmer again, and then we'll throw in the daikon and the eggplant. And you're still at this point on medium heat, right?
Yeah, you're still on. You could turn it up to high just to get to that boil.
Your vegetables looks good. The daikon really looks good. And
throw that in. We can go ahead and throw in okra. Throw it all in now.
Okay.
Okra and our green beans. Jalapeno. And then we'll get this back up to a boil.
No, it looks really good.
About 5 minutes or so.
I see you didn't put all of your stems in. Should you just do like a handful?
Are you talking about these?
We haven't, that goes in last.
The kangkong stems go in last.
The very last thing actually are the leaves. So,
because these will cook really fast.
yeah.
So we'll throw these in.
You could just,
end.
we'll just throw these in on the top. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
These will,
Green beans then.
what's that?
I
Oh,
thought
the green beans.
green beans.
Oh, green beans are in. Yeah, green beans are in. Look at that.
Wow. Look at that. It's over there. My arm hurts. All right. We're adjusting this close-up camera. For you guys.
Watch it go into it.
Yeah, don't drop it in the soup. Though. All right. Drop my Yay, okay, okay.
Yay!
Did it. I just dropped my phone. Okay. So basically, at this point, you have all your ingredients in except for the Chinese spinach, the kangkong. And then you're gonna wait for it to come to like a simmer.
Yeah,
And
I just want a
then-
vegetable to cook.
Yeah.
Um,
How's it going for rice, you guys? Everybody have rice? What?
Yeah, you're see people do that. They put pandan and then they put it in the.
Oh, but the leaves, not the pandan extract. Come on. Okay, Joe decided to. Okay.
I wonder what cauliflower rice would taste like.
Oh, it'd be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it with cauliflower rice before too. You know, cauliflower rice is so good when you stir fry it.
Yeah, or you make like fried rice.
Yeah.
With cauliflower rice. It's so bomb.
You can't even tell, really. Go ahead and try your soup
I'm gonna put.
and see if you need to add more fish
I'm
sauce,
gonna add more fish
or if
sauce.
you need to add more salt, or if it's too sour, add more water. We like ours really sour, so, but it's really up to you and your palate.
I could throw another packet in there.
Yeah, we've done 2 packets before.
This is actually
So traditionally, this is made, like I said, with tamarind.
not
So-
the packet, but like the.
Yeah,
actual
so the
tamarind.
actual tamarind fruit. So packet, but you had tamarind handy for whatever reason. The Filipinos did, right? So what you would do is you would cook the tamarind until the skin peels off, right? And then you would take that soup or that that base as your tamarind, your sour
I mean, essentially, it
ingredient.
should be like a mash with like tamarind. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's how it's traditionally made. What's that, Margaret? Did you have a question?
So on the tamarind, it comes like in that paste form. Would you use the whole thing?
The paste one, no. Grab that. Let's see.
He's going to grab it right now. Yeah, they're like in, is it like in cubes?
Yeah.
Well, we have this, right?
Oh,
You
okay.
can use, but not the whole thing. that one's kind of tricky. It's like maybe like a cup of that for like 8 cups of water.
Okay. A cup of this?
Maybe half a cup. I would start with half a cup.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can use that too.
What?
I was gonna say I actually really like the flavor. The flavor of the packet, and I don't know if it's because that's how my parents always made it, was with the packet, right, Mom? Because I don't think you've ever made it with like real.
You know why the packet's
tamarind.
good? It's because there's MSG in it.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, because that's the only available here. But in the Philippines, we've always used fresh tamarind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh tamarind or calamansi.
And it's just so much faster, right, with the packet.
Yeah.
Like you add the water, you add the packet, you add your vegetables, and then you're basically done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I like it. I mean, we don't discriminate against MSG here, so.
Yeah, MSG's so good.
MSG is so good.
Where are we at?
But just like everything, you know, like everything in moderation, right? Oh, Annie's been quiet. Annie, are you even done? Are you even here?
Mine looks the best.
Okay.
It tastes so good. I'm just very happy. I
The
haven't had
eggplant.
it in a while.
So
And
one
sinigang is my favorite.
let her know.
Yeah. So chef says the eggplant takes the longest to cook. So you'll know when it's done when the eggplant is soft-ish.
Yeah. You can base it off that.
You can base it off of that.
The eggplant, the daikon.
And the daikon, does the daikon clear up a little bit?
Oh yeah, it'll clear it.
Yeah.
It'll soften.
For
The
my
daikon will soften.
daikon, because I did it thin, I haven't thrown it in yet. Should I throw it in now?
Yeah.
We haven't added the stems in yet, right?
I'm sorry.
We haven't added the stems in yet, right?
No, not yet.
Correct. Yeah.
Maybe another 5 minutes.
Yeah. Another 5 to 10 more minutes.
I mean, if yours is cooking faster because you guys are cooking on a stovetop and we're cooking in the Instant Pot on saute, yours might cook faster than.
My pot is like full to the top.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, ours is pretty
Ours
cool.
is pretty big.
And mine too. I was like, I can't put anything else in here.
I can't shove anything else in.
Literally, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's like it's the top of the pot. It keeps spilling over into the stove.
That's
I think it's
awesome.
because my daikon was like 2 feet
Oh, yeah.
long.
Yeah, my eggplant was really fat, so it didn't like chop into the same kind of small. And then I tried to like quarter it, and it's still really big. It's like huge pieces of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all
Not
good. It's healthy, right? There's a lot of vegetables in your dish. It's all fiber. Yeah, and this is good for keto. You can adjust it for keto, right? For example, Sarah is not doing, she's doing a yellow onion and no eggplant, right?
Yeah, no eggplant and no daikon.
Yeah. And then it becomes keto.
I bet this would be good if you threw like 2 tablespoons of butter in it. Yeah, because it just rounds off the fat. Because it's, you know, or it rounds off like
The acidity of it or the sourness of it. Yeah. Okay, let me
All right,
highlight.
we're
Let me
looking
highlight.
good.
If you want to take a look at what ours looks like right now.
Steaming up your phone.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn off the sound. Sorry.
Got it.
You have to not. Okay, and we're back. How is everyone's tasting and looking like? Good. And do we all have rice now? Okay.
Cool. We should be close to done. I'm
Close.
gonna go ahead and try one of the eggplants.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's done. Yeah, the eggplant is
Looking-
actually it's over here.
It's nice and
Nice and soft. Is it good?
okay. We're gonna throw in their stems.
Okay, so now it's time to throw in our stems. And the leaves are going to be the very last thing. So put in your stems.
For 1 minute.
Yeah. And if your pot is overflowing, like just maybe put in half your stems for now. And then you can always
Or
you can
like in a
always
separate, if you could separate the liquid into another pot, you
yeah.
can cook your stems and your leaves in another pot.
in another pot with the broth. So that's also an option for you too.
So about 1 minute. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And I'm gonna add the leaves.
So cook your stems for 1 minute and then turn off your stove and then throw the leaves in, and we'll just let the residual heat cook the
The
leaves.
rest.
Joe,
And
did
then
you
now
put ground pepper?
I did.
Oh, when
Oh,
did you-
okay. Interesting.
Now too.
oh, ground pepper. You can throw a little bit in. You can start with it's just a taste anyway, right?
Yeah, you could just do it like a
Yeah.
tablespoon.
So ground pepper to taste.
Let's see the other is. And you can adjust your salt. If it's too salty, add more water. If it's not salty enough, add more fish sauce or salt. We're done. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. So now everybody's sinigang should be done. So we can begin plating. So typically, people eat this differently.
Describe what if they've never had sinigang before. Try to describe them the flavor.
Okay, so if you've never had sinigang before, it's a it's a sour, savory flavor. And it should also have a hint of whatever protein you put in there. So like we used shrimp, so it has a little bit of a seafood shrimp flavor. If you use fish, you'll taste the salmon, and that'll be kind of blended in the soup. If you use pork, it'll have more of a pork flavor. I'm trying to think how else I could describe it. So it's eaten with rice, obviously, but people do it differently. So like Joe will take his rice and then cover his rice with the soup. But I actually like my rice and my soup separate. So I'll have my rice on a plate, and then I'll have my soup in a bowl, and then I'll just kind of, each bite I take, I put a little bit on my rice, and then I eat it that way. But you can try it both ways and see how you like it. If you like it more soupy, you can add it to your rice. If you don't, you can eat it separately and just do it kind of like a bite at a time. So let me
rice is like green. That's fine. I know. I tried, and hey, you know what?
Wow, looks good, Finn and Joe.
And I also like to eat mine with a side of fish sauce. But I like to add the salt to it. So you can try that too if you want, if you have some additional fish sauce. So I would take rice, I put some soup on it, and then put like a drop or a couple drops of fish sauce on it, and then that'll be my bite. And I do that every time. It might sound like overkill, but as far as salt goes, it's actually really good. And I don't like things too salty, so. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody seems to be so busy. Does everybody sinigang taste okay? Ooh, whoa, Esther, that looks good.
Yeah.
It's good, Allegra?
I
Yeah.
really
Take
love the tamarind soup flavor. It's awesome.
Oh, good.
Nice.
I love that like tangy.
Yes. And just like all the Filipino food that we made, this keeps really well. So you can keep this for, I don't know. I would say like
3 or 4 days.
I would say 3 or 4 days, but in the fridge. But you can even freeze this and save some for later if you wanted to. So you can make a bunch of it and then freeze it, and then when you want it, you just warm it up and have some with some rice. Here's a close-up.
You can do this with everything.
Yours looks so pretty.
It's the plating. But then, have you seen our rice though? Somebody wanted to get creative. And he added pandan, which is like pandan is from pandan leaves, and it's like it has kind of a coconutty flavor.
Hey, but it's good though.
And I don't know how do you describe pandan, Mom?
I can't either. It's just, I don't know. It's like long leaves, and it's more for flavor.
Yeah.
It
kind of has
enhances.
a sweet flavor to it, right?
Yes.
It's used sometimes. Actually, it's used a lot in desserts.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I thought pandan was like coconut because it has a little bit of a coconut flavor to it, but it's actually from a leaf. Yeah.
Let's eat.
And now it's time to eat. You're not gonna do like a I'm not gonna do a plate. Can I take a photo of this with your phone?
Look at mine. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Wow.
Mom, are you proud?
She's not even there.
Oh.
Yes, I am. I'm just checking on mine. Yeah, that is so good, Annie girly.
I'm so excited.
Yes, and you love sinigang so much. Now you know how to cook it. Very good.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm so proud of you.
Wow.
Hi,
Yes,
Stephanie.
please
How
take a
are you
photo.
doing and feeling? Are you feeling better?
I'm good. I have my tired days and my nesting days.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be over soon.
Today is 37 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
May 23rd. May 23rd. I'm crossing my fingers.
Cool till yesterday. But Thursday I was like super nesting mode, getting there, trying to get things ready. And then yesterday I was like, I'm tired.
Just take your time.
Yeah. Enjoy the time before there's two on our hands.
Yeah.
Anybody doing the soup version where you add rice to your soup? Ooh, easy. That looks good.
Thank you. I don't usually take a picture because I'm intimidated by everybody else's plating.
Take a photo, please. It looks really good.
You want to see some bad plating?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Good.
Is that a mixing bowl?
Is that a mixing bowl?
All of our bowls are in the dishwasher.
I bet it still tastes good.
I'm gonna take picture for my soup.
Oh, okay. Mom wants in. FOMO.
Can I do this?
EC, you can also just take like a real close-up shot like this. You know, like real up close. Terrible at plating. That's all Joe.
Yep.
I think it came out okay. I'm like making a
No.
shot.
That looks beautiful.
Yay.
It has a lot of really good colors. So who's eating it like where you have the bowl and then you add the rice to the soup? Hi, Dad.
Hi. It's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
Who are you?
What?
mustache.
Who are you?
This only on the COVID. After COVID, these are all gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Good,
I'm gonna
very
make
good.
my plate and I'm gonna take a picture.
Okay, yes. Take a photo. Margaret, how's yours tasting?
It is super yummy.
Good.
Yes, I love this.
We have smoked ribs.
I love sour, so this is perfect.
Oh, good. You know what's so awesome about these classes is like, you guys are, I love that you guys love what you made. You guys made all of this, you know what I mean? And it's not, oh, Sarah, that looks good. So I feel like it kind of relieves a little bit of liability on us. Like kind of like if you mess up, oh, well, you know, you cooked it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but I really do like that you guys are enjoying the food, and even with our lack of ability to describe what it's supposed to taste, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it.
This is really good.
See, even this guy, he's like, I really. All right.
It's really cool that we're like all in different places and our kitchens all the same.
Yeah, that's good. And I'm really like grateful that you guys are so open to learning new food. That like, even though this is a really common dish in the Philippines, it's not like, I feel like there aren't a lot of Filipino restaurants in Seattle anymore. So it's hard to get good Filipino food anywhere really. And so I'm just really thankful you guys trust us to help guide you through how to make Filipino food and how we know how to make it.
We're kind of learning too.
Because we're also learning. Joe, you know, he has a background in cooking, so he's really good at kind of fixing things when it's not going the way he wants it to go. You know, like I feel like that's like a can have a really good cook. I'm not that way. Like if I ruin something, I'm just so. But I guess that's why it works, right?
Yeah. Whatever you say.
Yeah. See? Happy wife, happy life. Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
This was a lot of
Whatever you
fun.
say.
I've been
Oh, good.
watching a lot of like Bon Appetit videos on YouTube, and this cooking class is really great. I feel like you should just have like a YouTube series of like how to cook Filipino food.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we really were, the reason why we started this was because we were missing, hanging out and eating with friends and family. Because typically we would have people over and we would just like cook and eat and people would food. We would just hang out. So this was kind of our way of recreating that during this weird time. And, we don't normally advertise this because not that we don't want it to get big. We're just kind of not, it's not like a professional cooking class, right? We're just kind of here hanging out, and like if people have questions, people will throw them at us. And so it's kind of nice to just be able
That
to.
might be like better though.
What?
That it's like that we don't really know what we're doing, but we're like,
yeah,
because then the people will relate better to it because they're not intimidated by it.
It's true. I just don't want somebody coming in expecting like a full-on production and like, you know what I'm saying? Like this structured like cooking session when it's really not like that at all. And then this last part, we eat and we just kind of hang out and catch up and check in on everybody and make sure everybody's all good. So, but with that being said, doesn't mean we don't want you to share this with anybody. So when we have these again, like feel free to share these with anybody you think would enjoy making this with us, or even just hanging out. If nobody, like if you can't get the ingredients, but you want to just join and just hang out and see, you are more than welcome to do that. And I always send this video and I send the ingredients and the cooking instructions to you guys afterwards. So if you want to remake it, you can. How is it? I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah. It's the jam.
It's the jam.
I feel like my serving size is massive. It's like it's so big.
Nice.
Go for it, Leilani.
Killing it.
So Christine, you guys are going to be around after this?
Yeah, we think so.
Okay, I have some plants to drop off.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice.
I have one for you too.
Yeah, okay.
Yay.
I wish I picked it up.
Yeah, and if anybody wants, if you're in the area and anybody wants like a fiddle leaf, like,
Just show her.
let me show you. I'm gonna take you over there. I have this huge fiddle leaf plant that I need to like trim down, but you can propagate the leaves. Look how big it is. So if anybody wants one, so it's so easy to propagate, you guys. I give you a clipping and then you just stick it in water like this. I don't know if you can see that. You stick it in water until like roots grow.
This one.
Well, it's hard to.
Here, let me bring it out.
So you stick it in water until roots grow. And then once the roots grow to about like, I don't know, I usually wait till about 2 inches. So you can see how there's roots right here. Then you stick it in soil. And then it looks like this. It looks like this little baby guy. Yeah, so if anybody, I mean, I need to trim it. So if anybody wants one, you just text me, let me know. And then we can arrange something where we can like socially distancely drop off. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
Then this is how mine look like.
Ooh, those are big prawns.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna, is there fish in there too?
Yeah, I did not include that. Well, I did, but it's still in the soup. But I just want it for presentation because I'm jealous with Joe. He always puts some good presentation.
Don't ever get jealous of me.
Okay. One time we came home for Christmas and my mom, because she knows like Joe, when Joe comes for the holidays, he's the one that does all the cooking. And so one time we came home and my mom brings out this whole fish.
Salmon.
Is it salmon? And it's like not like scaled thing. It's like straight
it's
up.
like someone caught it.
Like somebody just caught it and she threw in the freezer. And she's like, "Oh, Joe, I have this salmon. What do you think I should do with it?" Like, AKA, like, can you cook it for me? Like, make something out of it. And Joe was like, what? So Joe just knows that he cooks when he comes to visit.
It's fine.
What'd you make?
Yeah, I was wondering, how's this end?
I'm telling you, like, scales and everything. He had to like descale it. He had to like cut it. Everything. I don't know what you made.
I just like baked it.
Oh, I think he just baked it. Something like really
I
simple.
stuffed it and then baked it maybe.
Mm-hmm. Stuffed it and baked it. Oh, that looks good. Okay, you guys. So next weekend.
Wait, I'm all done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, there's no even, like, I ate even all the rice. I'm going to put this back in the cabinet. It's clean.
Wow. Okay.
Did you like lick the bowl too?
Honestly, when I would eat it at home, and I would put like, I like it with the rice and covered in soup. So if I ate it at home, I'd have it on a plate. And if I ate everything and I had leftover soup on the plate, I would like slurp it. Yeah. This is my favorite.
Yeah. So next weekend, I'm going to be a little ambitious and I'm going to do a Filipino dessert. I don't know if you, and so we're going to be baking next weekend. So if you guys want to bake with me, and I'm going to do a test run this weekend because I've never made it myself before, but it's called Hopi. And it's basically like, I don't know if you guys have ever had like red bean cake or moon cake. It's like that. Yeah. So it's mung bean, yellow mung bean in the center. And then it's like covered in a pastry and it's baked. So, and they're just like little, like maybe 2 or 3 bite-sized pieces. So if you guys want to join me and my ambitiousness next weekend, that's what I'm going to try to do. And I'm going to try to make 3 flavors. So yellow mung bean, yellow mung bean ube, because ube is all the rage right now, which is the purple yam, and then a savory one called hopiang baboy. So baboy means pork in Tagalog, but this has no pork in it. It's actually just made with onions, so it has a savory flavor to it, but same kind of flaky texture. But that's what I'm going to try to do. So let's all pray for ourselves and make sure that we can get through it.
Wow, this is so good.
I'll pray for you, Tin. Yeah, that's
thanks.
brave to do. The hopia is really.
Yes.
Piano ng pancit, magluto ng pancit.
No, we haven't done that yet, Dad. Maybe the week after.
Yeah, maybe the week after.
We'll make some pancit.
Or maybe midweek if
Yeah. Are you guys open to like a midweek class?
because I feel like a Tuesday would be good.
Yeah. Would you guys be open if we did like a Tuesday night or something, or is that like too much for Saturday?
Tuesday night would be because Saturdays once this thing like ends, Saturdays are gonna get so like
Yeah. We just might ask it because the weather's getting nicer, and so people might not want to do this on a Saturday morning. They might want to be out and about instead. So just wondering.
And Tuesdays are good shopping days for like things like this because then you can go in. It's not as busy, you know.
Yeah, but if we have it on the Tuesday, they want to shop before then, right?
Yeah, like shop on a Tuesday. Oh, sure,
Or shop on a Tuesday, maybe have it like on a Thursday or something. I don't know.
Shop on a Monday.
We'll figure it out.
Yummy.
Good.
Sarap, right?
Yep.
That's cool. Eating at the same time.
You can take photos of the food.
Yung salmon belly rin. Kanyaman dan eh. Wala eh, dati. May gisa na siguro.
I just finished a whole bowl and my pot is exactly as full. Like, it's just like not decreasing at all.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, Isi.
Now we're gonna have to give some away too.
Yeah, we have a ton too. Who did pork again?
Your sister.
Annie. Isi, did you do pork?
Sarah.
No, I actually don't eat pork. I just did shrimp.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It got really tiny though.
Yeah, that's okay. Did you do the ones with like the head on too? Or did you just do the regular shrimp?
No, that's all I could find at the Safeway last night. But they shrunk down to like the size of those like cup of noodle shrimp. Tiny. They started off big and the soup, and they're just like tiny and curled up.
That's funny. How's your salmon, Leilani?
It's pretty good, except when I was trying to like dig everything from the bottom of the pot, it would like get lost.
Yeah.
The pieces are like this small now because I like smashed it, but it's good. Yeah, it's because my friend is doing a birthday cooking thing tomorrow, so we're making shrimp and grits. So I didn't want to make shrimp twice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
we're going Creole tomorrow.
Yum.
I'm filling the whole fridge.
That's good though.
Mm.
Esther, did you use shrimp too? Or did you do pork or beef shrimp?
I use shrimp.
Your bowl is super cute, Esther.
Thanks. I'm so full now.
I'm sweating. So hot. You look great, Lucy. So good.
You know, you'd be eating soup and sweating and like.
I had to go, my nose started running. I had to go blow my nose because it was so spicy. Like, yes.
We're heading out. Thank you so much. It was so good.
Wait, hold on. Before you go. Real quick.
Wait, what?
We'll do a photo real quick.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It unfortunately we can't show the soup because the bowl, but we can.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, where's Stephanie? Stephanie. Okay, let's take one real quick. Joe, come here. Whoa. Joe
I was getting hot too.
Joe is so hot. He
I was like
unzipped his shirt, but he has no shirt underneath. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do a boomerang. You guys know the drill. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Okay, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us again. Bye, Allegra. Bye, CJ.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
A few minutes. If you guys want to hang out, you can, or if you have to go, you are more than welcome to head out. No big deal. I'm just going to be eating. So.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you guys so much for spending time with us again. It's so good to see you all.
It's fabulous.
Thanks for
Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye. Love ya.
Love you.